45 minutes limit for educational institutions. Okay. So let us start with briefing of this thing, and exactly within 5 minutes, I will make sure all the everyone's camera is also on. Okay. So for some time, if I keep on checking the camera, it will just take time. But make sure it's on without any reminder as well. So grade 8 Spotnik classwork. Did you receive all the test papers of all the subjects or not class test? Have you received? I've not asked all the grades. I'm just asking only for this grade only. Did you receive all the subjects?
No, sir.
Okay, which subjects did you receive?
HPE.
HPE.
Only that?
And
only
Nepal.
that? LA also?
No, HP and Nepal.
In Nepali also you already received?
Yes, sir.
LA also, sir.
But when I...
Sir, we received it yesterday.
In Nepali you got it yesterday? 5 o'clock? Was it yesterday 5 o'clock or it was... because when I just looked here, I couldn't see it's written here. Graded already. Till yesterday it was something else. Now it's showing graded. No, now it's already graded. I will just open a new one. Okay, which can I open? Voluntarily.
Sir, mine.
Okay, so you volunteered because sometimes marks might come. Okay, that's why. So I'm just asking you. So some might feel awkward. Okay, yeah, done. Yesterday it was not showing there. That's why. Okay, now so our today's OBT class right now is all I think you know about the changed revised before when I sent it earlier itself. So if there's any confusion, so OBT and then we'll continue with the presentation. Okay, whoever has to present, please get ready also after some time. So last assignment was based on a public service related, okay, profession related to public service. I'll be giving you a Google form where you'll be evaluating. I think I told you to be evaluating the presentation as well. Okay, peer assessment. Okay, so that you listen to your friends also and you take notes plus give them grades. But at the same time, I told you there will be some grades from myself. Only the percentage will be based on my observation after I see peer assessment, how much you give. Okay, if I see they're all fair, then I will not make too much changes. If I feel is it that it was not correct judgment, then I might make certain changes only. Certain changes means I will add from my side certain percent of my evaluation. Okay, so here is there any question for this? Before we move on, we need to really clarify the previous assignment. So any problem in writing short notes on CDO, DO and manager? That's what we exactly did, because we have to go according to the syllabus. That's why I told any research to anything, try to focus on the curriculum than going too much out also. And state any 5 occupation in public service, explain one of them. That's also very easy. 3 of them are in grade 8 book itself. 1 of them is in grade 7 book, office assistant. 1 you can just add on your own. So if you just take those reference, easily it will come. Okay, so I don't have to be giving any type of spoon feeding. I think you're all creative. You can easily inquire and research them and find it out. And next one is write any 5 functions of office chief or manager. So that is itself also you can take a reference of your book and write that in your own words. Please do not write same thing. Okay, write it in your own words. Next time, like while I'm checking the assignment, please make sure the assignments are in your own words. Maybe in the exam, teacher might not say too much. Okay. Right now, like while when it is online test, I would prefer writing in your own words. But in the name of own words, some of them might be too confused. For sometimes I feel is it open book test going on in a line test. Okay, I just feel like that at times. However, open book test is also a good form of like testing. Uh, like some of the countries like this, not only countries, we used to also be having open book test during our time. However, that is also learning, but it's fine for now. So, but try mainly, please try to write it in your own words at least during the class assignment. Okay, is that clear? Let's not go too much in that for now. So today we'll continue with the next group. Sanvi's group was ready. Let's present it. Meanwhile, they present. I told you, please take notes. You'll be asked for the notes at the end of either unit in case of social or in case of lesson anytime. Okay, but the notes should be there in the copy, and it should not. It doesn't have to be together. You can be writing on your own timing. But when you send the photos only, just make sure those photos are taken together, and you just make one PDF. Okay, so that they'll be asked together. Okay, not like it will be also problem for you to be sending every time. So I'll be asking them more or less in a bulk. Mm, any other question relating to profession related to public service? So mainly focus on like the government job in case of public service. Okay, government job holder. So I remember myself also talking to Riva's group. Is it a government service? But when the presentation goes on, of course, we will be listening. Okay, so the only the feedback was that's why it was asked that way, so that we stick to the topic and we don't go too much out of the track. Is that clear for everyone? So it in case of public service, although they did, I just want to try to relate that to government job holders mainly. Okay, Salvi's group, are you presenting?
Yes, sir. Wait.
Okay. Meanwhile, you're presenting, I'm keeping them engaged. Okay? We don't want to really waste our time also. And I will give you one form right now. After they get ready, I will just exactly. Okay, sorry for that. Like I pressed the same button and then it just got locked out. Okay. Okay, please start.
Okay.
Okay, meanwhile, they're ready. Just open this form if you want only. If you are using computer or laptop, with speed is good. Okay. If not, focus on the presentation. So you will evaluate all the groups turn by turn. You can edit the marks also. You can give feedback there itself. But for main focus is on presentation. Okay, main thing is you have to understand. You can be writing in your copy also for now, or you can keep it directly there if you are using laptop or anything, so it becomes fast as well. Okay, shall we start?
Agraj, is it possible to Zoom?
I have already.
I think Agraj's screen is paused. Screen share again, Agraj once.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see.
Yes, we can.
You can start, Sanvi.
This is our interview with a farmer. So let's get started.
Sanvi, you are in mute.
Yes.
Am I not audible?
No,
You are.
now we can hear you, but we couldn't hear you before.
So can I start?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello everyone, this is Group A and we are going to present about our interview with our the interview we took with a farmer. So let's get started.
Sanvi, are you speaking?
She
Sanvi.
left the
Can't you
meeting.
can't you hear me? Hello?
You were in
Yes.
mute.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I'll
are.
start again.
You are in mute.
You have already started. After that, your mic will mute.
Sanvi.
Rest in pieces.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
What
we
now?
can hear you.
Hello everyone, this is our Group A interview with a farmer. So let's get started.
Now, who is going to present? We heard your introduction, but we didn't heard like the answers.
Jagriti, it's Jagriti.
Jagriti isn't in the meeting.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello?
Then speak.
Can you hear me? Okay. Uh, so here are a couple of questions we asked the farmer and their answers. One, when did
First
you start
question,
to get
when did you
involved
start
in
to get involved
agriculture?
in
Around 30
agriculture?
years ago.
And he answered around how to question number 2, how to increase agriculture product in Nepal. His answer was the government should provide many benefits to for us farmers. These days all young people are leaving the country or pursue big jobs like doctor. Agriculture is as important as doctors.
There are many challenges faced by farmers in a COVID pandemic that has affected their lives. What are your thoughts on this as a farmer? He gave the answer that it has been hard since COVID has resulted in less business. But once we all get the vaccine, things will get better again.
Three,
Question
there
number
are many challenges faced by farmer in the COVID pandemic that has affected their life. What are your thoughts on this? Oh wait, it's four number. Why is agriculture important to you? Why do you think agriculture is important to the Nepalese economy? Most of my ancestors practiced agriculture
Question number 5. What is the biggest hurdle you have faced in agriculture? And his answer was, the government does not provide us with fertilizer at good prices and we do not receive it on time. The weather is also a large hurdle, since sometimes it rains too much or too little. And also things like how affects the crop. It is hard to get good market price of our products. So that is the end of our interview. We would like to apologize for our this mess. Thank you so much.
Technical issues. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please continue with that presentation on the screen. Do not like stop presentation. Okay. Like
Okay,
in
sir.
this case, like one of the thing is like it seems like the questions are good. Can you just increase the size of this like by doing Control plus? I think there, August. Press
Sir?
Control plus and are you using the like is it a desktop or laptop, whatever it is? Yes. Okay, that is too big. Little Control plus plus slowly so that it becomes full size. Still, can you do Control plus so that the whole screen you don't have to show all the question at once, but just make sure the breadth is wide for now so that we can all see what has been written there. Control, no, still increase the size. Keep on increasing until it is full screen. Okay, yeah, almost now. Now you can go up so that we can see the questions also. Okay, so like I told you, it doesn't have to be in PowerPoint. We don't want to really keep on wasting our time by making every time PowerPoint presentation. You have a lot of assignments also. Okay, so at times you have to just see so something even if it is like a draft. This is not a draft, it is a fair copy itself. It's a report. Okay, so you can just present the word file itself. Okay, that's what it has been told, so that's very good. So they did it an interview, so this is a written interview. So okay, the question is anything about this farmer's name, anything, nothing over here, like if like when you just did that interview with that farmer, like did you send a question for him to like fill it up, or you asked and then you wrote it down?
Sir, we sent the list of questions.
Okay, you send a list of question itself in English or Nepali?
Sir, we sent it in English. Thanks to Jagriti's cousin, it was possible.
Okay, so the okay, and so others, do you have any questions based on this? And after that we can give some like what went well and what needs improvement also, we can talk after that. So based on this, do you have any question based on what they interviewed? Any questions? Okay, so it was at least one people, that is fine, rather than waiting for too many data, although I expected more, but at least I told you always, rather than just waiting for perfection, it's best to just at least present something because we cannot keep stopping. Okay, so all of you go to your books, just leave it over there. Okay, the presentation, page number 11, agriculture and forest related profession. So based on this, we'll just try to brief this thing, what is in our content also, and then we'll just wrap up with this, because if I just tell on to finish the presentation first, then some of the groups are not ready. So with the presentation, we want to continue with the topics, okay, because some of them might be taking time, and if we clarify at the same time, it becomes easier for us to understand also. So based on that activity, so for agriculture and forest related occupation, I think you remember yourself studying all the way from grade 6 itself, agriculture and forest importance, and similarly in grade 7 you studied about JTA and JT. So that was another occupation. Finally in grade 8, that's why I told try to focus on what is the content in the book, because it will be like sometimes same thing is been followed even in social studies. So that when we say out of the book, why not first minimum understand what is in the book? Okay, so because sometimes the things will get repeated in higher grades again. Okay. Of course, during my time also, I used to be happy when the teacher was teaching out of the book. Teacher also used to say the same thing when I studied in St. Xavier School. Okay, but sometimes looking at the course structure, sometimes the things are getting repeated again and again. If we go too much out of the box, then sometimes, I mean to say, out of the course, okay, out of the box is creativity is very good. Okay, we need creativity. Okay, out of the box, creativity is really required. Okay, but the same content, why not do it in a creative way? That's the main thing. So the occupations relating to agriculture for our level, we just have few of them only here. That is agricultural expert and veterinary doctor. And these are the questions that you will be getting questions. Okay, not from JT of grade 7, also not out of the like course top curriculum also. So like on another grade, they had an interview with senior agriculturist. Okay, okay, that was done by them. That is fine. Okay, so that was at least to some extent they tried to go with the agricultural expert. It doesn't mean that you have to go. It might be difficult. Okay, sometimes you might not get the best person, and there is a deadline, and we have to do something within the deadline, right? So based on that, I will keep his interview also and keep it in years when I keep the assignment, so that you can see it as a reference. Whatever both the groups, I'll be sharing it. Okay, like years to yours and years to them also, so that you are learning from each other by sharing as well. Then, and I always told you, like, teacher is trying to take a role of facilitator most of the time. Okay, so that you learn from each other. So in case of agriculture expert, it's an expert relating to agriculture, working for different aspects of agriculture there. Okay, like in that work, you can see what is the agriculture's definition is there. What is mean by agriculture first before we begin? So like we studied about agriculture. It's all about growing up plants, animals, rearing, all these things are there, which we have been studying from grade 6 itself, or even junior grades. For now, I just told grade 6 because OBT is starting from grade 6. So here you'll be studying about the different characteristic of plant and animal species in agriculture, because you will be doing about plant plus animal. That's what you have been studying in biology. One is plant, one is animal. So biology itself has botany and zoology. In zoology, you study about the animals. In botany part, you study about the plants. So all the characteristic of all those plants and animal species, like you might be studying to some extent characteristic of maybe phylums, or maybe characteristic of the kingdom, plant kingdoms, different. Okay, what do you say, bryophyta, whatever is there. For me, it's already over, because I've already left that for a long time. But just that's the what you have been studying, right? So based on that, like you can further again, you're studying about the characteristic of even the single species there afterwards. Okay, so here everything will be studied, like what are the characteristics of plants and animal species. Same way with agricultural methods, because to go into agricultural field expert, it is going to be like BSc in agriculture, Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. That means it is more or less agricultural stuff, means it is going to be a science part, because this is an expert more into research field and more into working relating to that field. And how can they use the manures are the fertilizers. Okay, so that what type of manures, okay, like what vermicomposting to, or all different methods, it itself is in our book also. So use of manures, how do they use that, all these things are also going to be there in agricultural expert. Although in environmental science also we did have them, because that also has some connection. And here the main go to like here in case of agricultural expert, they are going to support the farmers itself, that they're going to help in the agricultural practices, like how can they cultivate more agriculture, like how can they make sure the productivity is high, it's more or less scientific. Okay, how can they make sure the breeding hybrid, whatever they have is going to be better product. All these things are itself like part of agricultural experts work itself, and they help the farmers. And they similarly like JTA and JT also are doing the same thing almost, but these are senior experts. Okay, like hierarchy wise, these are more, they are going to be more scientific, because their level itself we can see is BSc in agriculture. That's what we told previously also, right? So BSc Agriculture and JTA and JTs after SLC they take that course. So you can see from the level of qualification that, of course, higher the qualification means higher level of knowledge they have studied, because there are more and more vast things that they have studied. Okay, so that, but if they have studied well, and then that means they are going to implement that. Hopefully, some of them might not implement, although they are higher level. Some of them might be able to implement, and they also help out in case of prevention and treatment of all those different diseases relating to agriculture, like what type of diseases are there and how to prevent from that. So all these things are part of agricultural expert. And we told all about the modern and scientific methods of farming also are going to be taught by agricultural experts. So you can see the educational qualification. There are two levels. One is of, in case of educational qualification, the difference is, one is diploma. Diploma is itself grade 11 and 12 level equivalent. Wherever you see diploma, that is grade 11 and 12 equivalents. Okay, some of them might be 3 years, not all of them are 2 years. Is that clear? Some might be 3 years. In case of staff nurse, you will see that is diploma is like 3 years. Economy is different, but that is all diploma level. And that is, diploma means after grade 10. So wherever you see that, it's automatically after grade 10. And duration is 3 years. Here also you can see that is 3 years duration. And next one, after diploma, they can do BSc in agriculture. To do BSc in agriculture, you can go from diploma in agriculture also you can study, or if you have studied grade 12 science, in grade 12, 11 and 12, if you took the field of science, then you will be allowed to pursue your, like you can take BSc in agriculture. Like one of my colleague of my class whom I studied together, okay, I could see that he has done in agriculture, okay, from the same class after our grade 11 and 12. Means you are allowed to go into that field after you finish your plus 2 also. Either you can do direct from SLC first diploma and then only bachelor's level, that is BSc in agriculture. So that is also 3 years. And here in this content, you can see the subject that you are going to study there is biochemistry, agronomy relating to agriculture, economics, crop physiology, like the internal, like in physiology, you must be studying in plants physiology, all about different maybe you're studying mitochondria, to different things there, lysosomes, so different things are internal part of that, okay, because they're all going to be involved. And rural sociology, because more or less agriculture activities are taking place in the rural areas, then that's where they will be also going to work, like JTA, JT, the projects, if they go there in terms, in the name of livelihood also, they will be there along with sometimes JTA, JT agriculture, because they have to support them if it is a development project. And agroforestry, etc. So that is the qualification required for agricultural expert, and that is the subject matter. For now, you can understand biochemistry, of course, that is chemistry plus linked with biology. So you can just understand that for now. Okay, it is, of course, what you are studying is not totally in detail. It's just simple thing that we are studying in grade 8 till now, right? All real science will only come in 11 and 12. Okay. Okay, now. So that is it about agricultural expert. Do you have any question relating to agricultural expert? Any question? Okay, so these people will be working, of course, like some will be working in government jobs, some will be working from projects, because there will be development projects coming, because to alleviate poverty, we need to make sure people in the rural areas are also engaged, and for that, agriculture is one of the best options, because they have those skills already, and just to enhance those skills is easier. Like if there are people swing, let's say, then for them also it's better that we give them a related thing relating to swing rather than changing their field, right? So it becomes better, because all the skills are really equally important, and that's what OVD is, to have a dignity of labor and respect all the works, because we need all the skills. And you know, those skills are also like more like based on the skills that the people having skills are paid better. That's what it's been also told, okay, rather than just the knowledge. Okay, now any question in this agricultural expert? If not, we'll go to the next topic, veterinary doctor. Okay, veterinary doctor. So like veterinary doctor, if you see this, it looks like a doctor, but I mean, say you can see that word, but don't confuse yourself when it is when you are told to like identify which profession does it relate to, medical or agriculture now. So it is more linked with agriculture. I think I'm too close. So it is more linked with agriculture because they are working itself for the animals. Like some of them you can see like based on animals, different animals, cows, buffalo, goat, anything. They are there to treat like a human doctor. Whatever you have, this veterinary doctor are not going to look after the humans. If you have written that, I've already read the answer. Please do not write that anymore. Okay, is that clear? So that's what I'm trying to say. Don't write about human beings. Same way I told you, some people. Okay, so in case of like veterinary doctor, they'll be looking after all these animals. Okay, especially treatment for animals, any disease to whatever like they have, they are going to treat. So the job description is itself the same thing, like they are going to make sure they are working for those animals if they have disease, okay, to prevent those disease of animals, maybe not just on buffaloes, even for the birds, especially rather than birds, let's say about those poultry related things, like you have chicken, all these things are itself part of birds, right, aves. So for that also they'll be there because they need to understand the transmission mode, bird flu, different things, how does it transmit, because they belong to the same group. So all these things are part of itself like veterinary doctors, so they can really help out in mainly to look after the health of the animals whom we are really working for any economic activities. So if they need to do any thing, surgery to anything, they are the ones doing for in case of animal. If they have delivery problem also, the veterinary doctor will be there. Okay, not you'll have a midwife on a me coming like a human there. So you can know the difference. So that's all done by the veterinary doctor. So they give any advice for taking care of whatever we have. So that's part of a veterinary doctor. And the qualification required for a veterinary doctor, like if you have to study like veterinary doctors, you have to study veterinary science. And to study bachelor in veterinary science, you need to have grade 12 in science. Then you will be allowed to work in this field. And the subject matter that you will be studying in that field is, you can see the medicine, of course, that's relating to animals. You need to know the medicine. You need to know about the clinical pathology and dermatology. Okay, clinical pathology, all these things are relating to animals. Same there is for human beings also. So, like, because whatever you do for human, it's more or less the similar thing in case of animals. And same way with the dermatology relating to skin, whatever is that. So these are the basic subject matter when you study veterinary science. And later remaining what is that in detail, you will know when you study, when you are interested into that field. For now, your level of like biology, physics and chemistry is itself enough. Astronomy, zoology, astronomy and geology, right? Okay. Okay, anything for veterinary doctor? Any confusion? Okay, now next presentation. That's why I told we will explain immediately after you present, because some groups might not be ready also. That's why I have been always doing this same way. Okay, like after the presentation, I will do the final wrap up, final clarification. Okay, another group. Some group was ready last time.
Yes, sir. Our group B.
If we keep on wasting 1 or 2 minutes also later on, that will make us a little tough time. But that's why how much we can, let's try to just continue. Because sometimes some groups might have very less presentation also.
Sir, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Sir, now?
Yes, you can increase the size. Okay, there is a zoom there below in the right hand corner bottom. Plus sign. Yeah. So that they can, yeah, so that you can scroll down when they need to see that. If not, try to make it the biggest size so that their eyes won't pain also.
Sir, is this okay?
Yeah. Because some might be using mobile at times. So we have to think. Maybe teacher also might be in mobile at times. But today I'm not there.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Our topic is finance, and the question was this. So, every school makes income as well as expenses, and they are recorded very securely and properly. These things are recorded by the help of the following points. Acquaintance role. These show salaries paid to teaching and non-teaching staff, number of working days for which a teacher has been employed if temporary, deduction of provident fund, income tax, and any other deduction along with the staff member's signature and date.
The cash book. This register records every financial transaction of any sort that takes place in the school. These financial transactions include amounts received in form of grant in aid, donation, and philanthropist fees, subscription, scholarship, money from the government or private parties, etc.
Fee collection and register. This register maintains a record of all details concerning fees paid by each student. These are only some of the points for how these financial records are recorded in school. The people involved in this work are one, the people who are professional in recording finance are involved in this work. These people work very properly and securely without any mistake. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So that's what I told. Okay, so based on the presentation right now, I have the recording, but I was trying to keep the marks at the same time. So Diggas, Nirvik, and who was the other person who spoke?
Sudin, sir.
Who?
Please, sir.
Sudin, his mic is not working properly.
No, that's what. No, I heard the voice, everything, but I couldn't identify who was speaking exactly. Okay, because I need to just keep the grade because I remember the voice and what they were speaking. Okay, so I could identify. More or less, it's average marks most of the time. So in Sanvi's group, I heard Sanvi, Jagriti, and who spoke on other like Agras. Okay, because I told you you should
So
be
they were
present.
also
Okay?
participated.
Okay, no, I mean to say it's not that during the presentation time. Of course, they will be getting grade based on like if your name is mentioned in that project, they will be getting grades. But so that's why when you submit the assignment, make sure the names are of the whole group who worked out. Okay, so from there easily I can identify who has not been giving input. Is that clear? So that person either has to do it individually, but you're not allowed to like separate anyone intentionally. No, like that's a form of bullying, right? So you're not allowed to do it, but only if that person is not interested at all. But you let me know before, okay? So that's the only consequence we can do. Although I will try to counsel. Okay, sometimes it's so difficult to go for after one person to counsel also. Like, why are you not participating in the group? Then immediately the consequence might be giving less credits or no credit. Okay, but from your side, what you can do is if they are interested, you're not allowed to like say them you're not allowed to come in the group. That should not happen at all. If they don't come at all, only that's a different thing. One or two might not come at all because they are not interested at times. Then they can do it individually. Okay, for today, we will not continue with financial sectors thing. I will explain this thing in the next class. So today you'll get some assignment based on agriculture only. If there are questions in the book, okay, I am not trying to increase so many questions. If there are questions only, remaining if the questions are there in DLE or BLE, you will just find the answers only. You don't have to read written because I don't want to increase so much assignment because some of them are having hard time to do that. Some of them feel pressured because they want to complete all of them. Okay, some of them just leave it thinking this is too much. Some of them with pressure also they might be finishing. So I'm not trying to add that because you are getting additional work by research, different type of work. Is that clear? So if there are no questions, I'll not be adding them for now. But if you see the questions like I kept old BLE questions, just try to find the answer on it. Okay, any thing? So please use that form and be marking accordingly. Okay, you can edit that and give suggestion and feedback accordingly so that they will see that afterwards. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Yeah,
Bye,
Thank you very much.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.